This Saturday, Rebecca Lowe will be on the road with the full studio team in Washington, D.C., the Premier League Mornings Live fan event. This was a great success last year. Live coverage of the show and all of the matches begin at 7 a.m. Eastern on NBC SN. Road trip. Hi, Rebecca.
Good morning, Mr. Patrick. How are you?
I'm great. Are you going to visit any of the monuments there, the White House?
I wish we could do a bit of sightseeing, but no, we're pretty much in Friday, full-on rehearsal, and then I have to be up at some insane hour like 2:45 a.m. On Saturday morning to get into makeup at 3:30 to be ready to go at 5. So, and then as soon as we're off there, we have to get a train back to Stamford, Connecticut, because we've got the show on Sunday. So I'm basically in and out, which is really sad.
How long is makeup for you?
Oh, it's about 7 hours.
It is
it's
not.
About an hour and a half. It's about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half.
How long does it take for Kyle Martino's hair?
That's 7 hours.
Your team is Crystal Palace. It's not any good this year.
We are
in 11th.
Not a brilliant start, but I'm not. Yeah, but it's early days, Dan Patrick. You know, if anyone knows the Premier League, it's you.
Yes, indeed. I gave you Leicester City a couple of years ago.
I remember it well.
Oh,
that you had basically won the Premier League. It was an incredible scene.
Oh, it was so sad because I thought, you know what? No one's ever picked this team, and the odds are really long. And then I go in, and you're in the makeup room, I think, and I go, or just came out, and I go, I really like Leicester City this year. And you go, it's Leicester, Dan. It's Leicester City.
I know. And then I said, and Dan, good luck, because I've got no chance. And then they go and do some insane, once in a friggin' 100-year lifetime. It's never going to happen again. And you go and predict it. Oh, my God. I was mad.
I believed. I think I have a new team this year.
Of course you do.
Wolverhampton.
Go on. Wolverhampton, you can't. Okay, lesson number 1, you can't just say Wolverhampton. First of all, you've got to get the pronunciation right. It's not Wolverhampton, it's Wolverhampton. And secondly, you call them Wolves or you call them Wolverhampton Wanderers. You can't just go with the Wolverhampton line. It would be like me just saying Bay instead of Green Bay Packers.
Wolves.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going with the Wolves this year. My Wolves.
Yeah, good. I mean, I will put my mortgage on the fact that they will definitely not win the league. But they are a breath of fresh air. They play lovely football, and you've picked a nice team there.
Yeah, Manchester United's in trouble, right?
Yeah, they're in a mess. Their star player and the manager are at loggerheads. I don't know if you saw some footage that came out from their training session this week, and the two of them are clearly having words.
Well, that's Paul Pogba. Yeah,
Paul Pogba, yeah. I just didn't know if you knew, Dan. But I don't know why I didn't think that. Of course, you know all the players on all the teams. So, yeah, Paul Pogba and Jose Mourinho at loggerheads. 20 years ago, there would only been one winner, Jose Mourinho. But these days, player power is so huge. Paul Pogba was bought for, 90 million. So he's much more valuable to the club than Jose Mourinho is at the end of the day. And even though in any other walk of life, if you speak to your manager like he does or about the employer like Paul Pogba does, you'd be out on your ear, not in English soccer.
What about Liverpool versus Man City?
Liverpool versus Man City, you mean for the title race?
Yeah. If I gave you those two or everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool, I think it's going to be a 2-horse race. I mean, you never know with this Premier League, and it is really early, but I actually think Liverpool might win it, which will be the first time since 1990. And they just play. Oh, it's so good to watch. It's wonderful to watch. And at the back, more importantly, you can't win the league, you can't win the Premier League unless you have a really good goalkeeper and a really good back line. Because you can win games with only scoring not too many, but you can't win games, of course, if you let a ton in at the back. So they've sorted out their defence, they've sorted out their keeper, plus they've got an amazing front line. So I'm going to go with Liverpool this season because I think it's so difficult to repeat. So it's like doing the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. It must be really, really difficult. It's even harder to win the Premier League back-to-back for various reasons. So I'm going to say that Man City this year will miss out and Liverpool going to win the league.
What about the behind-the-scenes that Amazon did with Man City? I thought it was really well done. And what I love is you don't have to love soccer to love behind the scenes.
I think you have to be a sports fan because a natural curiosity in all of us sports fans, we want to see the locker room, especially in England when we never get to see anything in there at all. We also want to see those moments in the training grounds and those moments in those meetings. And it was just, I binge-watched it. I absolutely loved it. There are people who criticise it. I don't care. It's entertainment. That's what it was supposed to be. And it was never before seen. So I want more. We all want more stuff like that. Manchester City now is different in everybody's eyes. And, where's the harm? For me, the fans get to see the players more as humans. They get to learn more about Pep Guardiola, the manager, and they get to see how a football club is run. And what we haven't got a clue what it's like to be in a Premier League dressing room. To be able to witness what it's like at half-time in a game they're losing. I mean, I've been in the game 21 years. No, I haven't. That's far too long. I've been in the game 15 years in my career, and I've never been in a dressing room. So that, to me, was amazing.
Best team for having pubs closest to the stadium would be which club? Probably
Goodison Park is a perfect example. There are a few others, Anfield as well. Arsenal, not so much anymore, actually. Goodison Park is good. Fulham, yeah, Fulham's good. Yeah, Fulham's really good because it's right there on the river and it's right next to people's houses. Same as Goodison Park, Everton. West Ham used to be brilliant. They used to have one in East London before they moved to the Olympic Stadium. There is a club in the division below called Brentford. They have a pub on every corner of the pitch. So literally on the corner of every part of the stadium there's a pub. That's great. And they might get promoted next year, so we should have a pint down at Brentford.
But Fulham soccer is shite, isn't it?
Seriously? How do you get away with saying these words? This is like a flashback to 2015 when you just came at me with that W word, and now you've done it with the S word, and I can't cope with it. To answer the question, Fulham are not brilliant. They're not terrible, but I definitely wouldn't use the word.
Or wankers, or
Please, Dan, please. I can't. I just can't.
What shade of red is your face right now?
Seriously,
is it Liverpool red?
Every time I come on this show,
it's bollocks. It's bollocks. Or is it bollocks?
Don't get me. I'm not saying it because I can hear it's going to be rerun over and over again. I will not be drawn in to saying no.
Okay. All right. Have fun this weekend. Rebecca Lowe and company.
Thank you.
You can come out and touch Kyle Martino's hair if you'd like in Washington, D.C. It's the Premier League Mornings live fan event, and coverage of the show and all of the matches begin at 7 a.m. Eastern on NBCSN. I hope how is Teddy?
Oh, he's great, Dad. He's 2.5, would you believe? Crazy, little Ted. Crazy.
Now, once again, if he's good in soccer, do we get him or does England get him?
It's a massive shout. It's a massive decision that, my husband and I talk about a lot already. I know that's a little presumptuous, but we do. Maybe wait until see which team is better, which is probably going to be England, let's be honest. So probably England. Although you guys hosting the World Cup, you guys might suddenly become really good and actually qualify for a World Cup because you're going to
Wow.
get amazing.
Wow. That's a shot. That's a shot. I could have you deported.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Hey, great to catch up with you and have fun this weekend. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
That's Rebecca Lowe. She likes Crystal Palace, NBC Sports Premier League host.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.